Prime Minister slammed for doing exactly what he attacked Rishi Sunak for while in opposition. Sir Keir Starmer is under fire after it emerged he used a taxpayer-funded private jet to watch the Lionesses win the Euros tournament. The Prime Minister spent about £75,000 jetting between London and Zurich in the luxury Airbus A321 with his wife, despite Labour pledging to crack down on the unnecessary use of the government's plane. At Labour's 2023 conference, Chancellor Rachel Reeves pledged to save millions of pounds for taxpayers by reducing the use of the jet service. Sir Keir also slammed Rishi Sunak for his use of the government jet, arguing at the time that the former Prime Minister doesn't get voters' concerns because the view on the ground is very different to that from his private jet. However, official figures show that Labour ministers have spent 3 times more on domestic air travel than Mr. Sunak's government in both their first 10 months in office. In total, the government spent over £100,000 on domestic private jets in its first 10 months, compared to £36,900 by Mr. Sunak's government during the same period. The PM's jet landed in Zurich less than an hour before the next scheduled flight by Swiss Air, and under 2 hours after a BA flight touched down. The ministerial code states that ministers must ensure that they always make efficient and cost-effective travel arrangements. Sir Keir then flew again from London to Aberdeen on Monday for his meeting with US President Donald Trump. The Tories have accused the Prime Minister of staggering hypocrisy after Labour's constant attacks over the Tories' use of the jet during their time in government. Mike Wood, Shadow Cabinet Office Minister, blasted, yet again, it's one rule for him and one for everyone else with two-tier Keir. The hypocrisy is staggering. After acting holier-than-thou in opposition, Starmer has totally changed his tone in government, and still wants to pretend to the public that he is different. But the British people will not be fooled. They see Keir Starmer for exactly who he is. A Downing Street spokesman refused to get into operational decisions about the PM's travel, but insisted the costs of these things will be published in the usual way. We always take an approach to the Prime Minister's travel that there is value for money for the taxpayer.